As you see in this diagram, INDs and CTAs are submissions that are required before clinical trials and present regulatory agencies with CMC information and non-clinical study results, as well as any clinical experience or findings that may be available at that time. While this depiction, as well as many others, portray an IND or CTA only before clinical trials take place, you'll learn today that submissions will also occur throughout clinical development, either as original submissions or amendments to the submission. INDs and CTAs each warrant their own webinar, but today we'll be providing a higher level overview of them with a focus on submissions to the FDA, EMA, MHRA, and Health Canada. So what are INDs and CTAs? They're applications requesting permission to conduct clinical trials with an investigational drug product. The goal of an IND or CTA submission is to determine if the drug is reasonably safe for human use in the proposed manner. INDs are submitted to the FDA, while CTAs are submitted to a variety of countries or regions, but today we'll focus on CTA submissions to the EMA in the EU, MHRA in UK, and Health Canada. So when are these submissions required? Well, the timing of initial submissions versus amendments do vary. Initial INDs are required when clinical investigation is intended to support a new indication, a significant change in advertising or labeling, a change in the route of administration or dosage level that may increase risks to study participants, or a new drug combination. And additional studies or protocol amendments are submitted as amendments to an IND. For CTAs, they are required for any clinical testing beyond what's listed in a drug's label. So each new study requires a new CTA, but a protocol amendment would be submitted to an agency as a CTA amendment. So what can sponsors expect after submitting one of these applications? During the agency review period, it is possible that sponsors may receive queries from the agency. These queries have quick turnaround times, and later on in our presentation, we'll discuss some strategies and efficiencies for addressing these queries. For INDs, a sponsor will hear from the FDA whether there's a clinical hold within 30 days of submission. If a sponsor does not receive notice of a clinical hold within 30 days, they can initiate their clinical trial in the US. For CTAs, a sponsor is required to wait until they receive notification of approval from the agency before initiating their clinical trial. And sponsors will get notification within 60 days of submission to the EMA and MHRA, or 30 days for submissions to Health Canada. After submissions are approved, amendments are required for protocol amendments or investigator or site modifications, for example. And safety reporting is required, and the FDA, EMA, MHRA, and Health Canada all have similar requirements as they all follow ICH guidance for safety reporting.